afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. We're cooking with Chef Puff. We bring you the good stuff. All right, today what we're going to be doing, a sous vide chopped pot roast. All right, sous vide, and very simple ingredients. Okay, we're using Worcestershire sauce. We are using onion powder, but I am also using a Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and garlic. If you don't have this is really good. It's already pre-mixed. All the ingredients here that's on this video, it'll also be in the notes. You put the ingredients individually. So, let me get started here. Okay. Get the roast here. Let me just take this off, and I shall return when I start to season it. So I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, this is a pretty nice piece of meat here. All right, as you can see it's a very thick piece of meat. But when I get finished with this piece of meat, it's going to be so tender and juicy. You just have to try this. I mean, sous vide is the best way if you have time, if you want to experiment with different foods. But sous vide is basically a French way of cooking, water bath. Okay, and it renders down the fat in your meat, and it's just very delicious. But what I like to do, because I'm using Worcestershire sauce, I like to give me a little holes in mine, because I want my flavor to get down into the meat. See, like right here is a very tough piece of part of the meat there, but that's going to be so tender and juicy. You do it on both sides. This is my preference. This is what I like to do. Some people say, "Oh, why is he doing that?" It's because I'm doing it. You do you. You do the way you like to cook, but I'm just showing you a different way. Now, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to hit this. See how it's going to get down in them holes. All right. That's where I want it to go, into the holes. All right. And then you flip it over. All right. Get in there with the Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce is delicious. All right. If you don't want to use Worcestershire sauce, you can use some olive oil. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to hit it with some garlic powder. All right. No, yes, onion powder, I mean. All right. Rub it in. Rub it in. All right. Now I'm going to hit it with my combination of Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and garlic. All right. Oop. Just rub it on in. I'm also going to do the sides also too. Be generous. All right, let me drain some of this Worcestershire sauce off, and I'll be right back in 1 second. Just stand by. All right, I'm still with you, and I'm back. All right, and the same thing on this side here. All right. You want to season it generously because this is a thick piece of meat. All right, and I'm also helping it by putting the incisions in it. All right. And once again with the Himalayan pink salt, with the garlic and the black pepper. All right. Just rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. Now, what I want to do, I want to do the sides also too. I want to do every part of this meat. See that part right there? Yep. You want to get it all. All right. Now we're cooking. It's a beautiful piece of meat here. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. This should take at least 5 minutes to do. All right. And now I have my bag that I'm going to put it in. All right. I'm just going to put it in my bag. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, now I have it in my airtight bag. All right. Very nicely. Now, what I'm going to do with this now, I'm going to go over to my my sealing machine, and I'm going to seal this bag airtight. All right. So once I finish sealing this bag, I shall return. Hey everybody, I told you I'll be back. All right. Now let me explain to you. Here's the airtight bag. It's been sealed. All right. Now, if you don't have the machine, you can use a regular Ziploc bag, but you have to use the process of putting your meat into your Ziploc bag, pressing your meat down into the water. It's going to push the air up. At the same time, you're going to zip the bag. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just say you had the meat, you put the meat in the bag, right? I'm going to use this towel as meat. All right. So if you zip it up, you got air. You don't want the air. So what you do is that when you submerge it into the water, it's going to push. It's going to continue to push, and you're going to seal and keep pushing, basically pushing the air out and seal. And then that's the way I'm doing it with the regular Ziploc bag. Yes, this is better, but this also works too. So what I'm going to do now, all right, I am going to put this chuck pot roast into the Sous Vide machine. Let me take a look. Into the Sous Vide machine. Okay. And I got it set for 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. And this is going to run for 26 hours. Yes, that's right. 26 hours. Okay. For 26 hours. So, let me put the chuck roast in. There we are. And right now she's at 140 degrees Fahrenheit. But the temperature is going to drop when I put this meat in because the meat is still a little cold. All right. So here we go. And also, the reason why you have to remove the air out of the bag because you don't want your food to float. All right. You definitely don't want your food to float. But if you do have a problem with that, I have this little device, accordion type thing here. And I can insert this into the pot. And I'll hold my meat down. All right. So I'll see y'all guys in 26 hours when she's done. All right. See you later. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We're cooking with Chef Pop. All right. I didn't remove the chuck pot roast out of the refrigerator. All right. And I put it back into the Sous Vide machine. And I'm going to bring the temperature up to 140 degrees for 1 hour. All right, as you see, it has, I think it says, I think it was 30 minutes. She should change in 1 second. 29 minutes left, all right? After the 29 minutes, I'm going to remove the au jus from the bag, and then I'm going to sear it on the Blackstone griddle. All right, so when the chuck pot roast is done, I shall return. Be right back. Welcome back, everybody. All right, I finished preheating the chuck pot roast at 140 degrees for 1 hour. That's all I'm doing it for 1 hour. All right, I just wanted to warm it through. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the bag open and get my au jus into the bowl here. right. All this is goodness coming out. All this is just really goodness. All right. All right, get it all out. Okay. We're going to put this to the side. All right, now, we finished cutting the bag open. All right. Here we go. Now, she smells so good. Oh, that smells so good. All right, this is a chuck roast, chuck pot roast, all right? She is juicy than juicy. Now, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pat it dry. I need to pat this dry because I am going to sear it on top of the griddle. All right. But you got to get it really nice and dry for a nice, good sear. All right. Once again, all the descriptions of the ingredients will be in the description of the video. Very simple. Very, very simple. Oh, this looks so good. Just want to wipe this up a little bit. Make sure it gets really dry. All right, so I'm gonna have to fire up the griddle, get it nice and hot, and so I can sear it, and I shall return. Right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, right now I'm gonna take my chuck pot roast and put it on the Blackstone griddle. She's nice and hot. All right, she's gonna give a nice good sear. So just drop it off. All I'm doing, I want to give it a nice good crust. That's all I'm doing. I also put the au jus on, so that'll be nice, piping hot for a little bit of gravy. If they want to put it over the big old piece of chunk of meat, that's what I'm calling it. All right, so without no further ado, this way you're gonna let it sit there for a little bit. And all you're doing, like I said, you're giving it a color and you're giving it a nice good crust. And the Blackstone griddle is good for that. All right. So, and then after I do the crust on it, you know, obviously I'm gonna do the other side. Then I'm going to let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes before I even attempt to cut into this piece of meat. But my family does not like fat. There is some fat in between here, in between some of the sections here. I will remove the fat. It's not much, but I will remove it. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, the crust. All right. So I shall return after I finish doing the other side, and I'll be right back. All right. Both sides are seared off. Very nice color. And I also did the sides of it are actually also too. I can get it up. Get all the sides here. All right. She is so juicy. All right. I'll show you the other side. Here's the other side. It's all nice and crispy. Okay, so I'm going to remove it, put it on my cutting board here. Once I get it on my cutting board, there she go. I'm going to let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes before I even cut into it. So when I start cutting into it, I shall return. All right, everybody. The chuck pot roast has been sitting for about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to trim just a couple of pieces off here. As you can see, we do not like that. So I'm going to cut. Oh, look at the color. Oh, yes. See, we don't like that there. All right, here's another piece over here. The section. We'll remove it. Don't remove too much of it. All right, she looks good. She looks good. Right? Got a piece here. Some people like the fat. Well, we don't care for the fat. But fat is flavor. You always remember that. Alright, my little doggies are waiting for something to drop. But I am going to give them a piece. Y'all guys are gonna get some. Don't worry. I'm collecting it in the sink. Y'all gonna get a little treat. I mean, to each his own. People like fat. I don't care for it. You know what? I'm going to give that to y'all. Right. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my camera lady try it. She don't like no fat. And how does it taste?
It's really good.
Is it really good?
Mm-hmm. Second up.
Not too salty, but you can taste exactly what it is, and the seasoning was on point. All the descriptions in this recipe will be in the description in the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, can you please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. Thank you for watching Cooking with Chef Puff, and I'll see you on the next video. And y'all guys have a happy Mother's Day, and also I forgot to say, happy Mother's Day to all mothers, all right, around the world. Have a good day, and bye-bye.